Week 6 at home against the Rams.
It's week 6 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Steelers' versatile running back. He was terrific a week ago. Well over 100 yards and several stops in the end zone. It's the Steelers and the Rams, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
I've got a feeling that number 3 is Odell
Sports
Beckham.
coverage of the National Football League is on the air.
We'll find out.
Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Los Angeles Rams
Or is it
and the
Akers?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Where's it Cam Akers?
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler Ball Club entering play. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire
Their
team feeds
defense
off
is
of what
horrible.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
they do. And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
They're smooth. Jake Elliott is the Rams kicker. Okay, that's interesting.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous
Get out of my
return
way.
and showing it here. So here
Darn.
are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I haven't thrown a pick yet this season.
And he is, without any question at all, the focal point of this offense. Had an unbelievable game running the football last time out. We're not just talking about little scampers here and there for 5 or 10 yards.
Yes.
We're talking about big, long, explosive field flipping
Hey.
runs. And that's something this defense is well.
All right, let's see what we got here. Come on.
It's the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Story.
Yeah, try to get me, Aaron Donald. You ain't gonna get me. Or Bobby Wagner, whoever you are. Touchdown.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead
A dog barking.
and another example of just how good they are right there on that.
Yes.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are. But this
Nobody.
team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first
This
few
playoffs.
plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Sunday is the Bengals and the Chiefs and the Eagles and the 49ers.
Off it goes.
I hate when I do
Back
that.
there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
When I take a touchback, I hate when I do that.
Possession. They'll be led out by a longtime
All right, what you got, Stafford? You ain't got nothing on this defense.
In 2009, it's Matthew
I got the. Oh, that is Cam Akers, number 3. I thought number 2 is Odell Beckham for some odd reason.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
on 2 separate occasions.
And those are
Watch
the most
one.
important numbers because no matter
7-0
what you
already in the
do
first
up
quarter.
to the goal line, getting in is all that
All
matters.
right,
Putting those
where we
numbers
at?
up on the board.
Going to Akers again.
And he'll take this up near the 35.
Where are you?
The 34. Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Sure.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself. I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up
All
from the
right.
coaches?
I lost 2 players already.
Now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Rams.
First run now for Kyron Williams.
That ain't going anywhere.
The middle, but only for a couple.
What's going on with Peterson and fucking. Them two are going to be out for a minute.
Second down. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. Oh, Lord. Catch the ball.
And that is incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
I caught the first catch on that, by the way.
Uses the stiff arm. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll be stopped
Ramsey.
right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week
Aaron
before
Donald.
that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Ramsey just keeps dropping me.
Gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
I got a yard out of
Get
it.
this one down to about the
3 yards.
10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there.
It's not easy to step on this game.
Rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5.
Ooh,
Good
crunch.
coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
And Makers ain't going anywhere on that one.
All their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so.
Akers hit, he coughs it up, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security.
Yeah, it's bad.
In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that.
In the quarter, 14-0.
But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0. They lost 5 or 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Throwing for his right.
Ah!
Got him complete. And he will have a Steelers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead. Now the try here for the point after.
Carolina's up 7-0 on Indianapolis.
It is now 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit.
He said all the time in the world. Somebody get him.
Facing the next time they get the ball.
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
On 1st and 10, Story. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drops.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
On 4th down, Story. And he's brought
I knew that was going to happen.
With a football, it's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
They'll run on 1st down, and he loses the football
Flag.
the 2nd time. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Holding defense.
What the heck, man?
So now, I think even our referee is confused. The defense accepted the holding penalty. They just got the ball on the fumble recovery, so that will be negated. That's a tough one to comprehend.
Oops. Whoops. Accidentally accepted it instead of declined it. Whoop. Oops.
Where'd you screw up now?
I accidentally accepted a penalty when I meant to decline it.
Well, don't mean nothing to me.
Because it was a holding penalty, but we recovered the ball on the fumble.
Okay.
I accidentally accepted the penalty instead of declining it where I got the ball back. So I gave them the ball. Oops. That was my bad.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I don't know why. 2-minute warning.
Minutes remaining in this first half of football. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on
That's what it would have been for us. Was at the 50. If I would have declined the penalty instead of accepting it.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On fourth down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It's
at the 20.
Bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Getting set to go again as we look at the back.
So this will be 80-yard run if I get it.
The second quarter been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach.
Get out of here, Aaron Donald.
You've really done some damage in an
Damn.
NFL game.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute.
High snap,
Starting
too.
on your own 20. You want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point right down the middle. And
This is going to be a fast video, actually.
The kickoff
Cool.
unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better
Oh, he
chance
took
to
a
do
shot.
it right.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes.
Now the pressure
Sack.
comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. On the handoff, running left is Akers.
No.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Fourth and 2.
Was 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. And here's Joseph Charlton now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin in the state of Texas, an AFC South matchup between Jacksonville and Houston. And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Malik Willis, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Matt Corral has thrown a touchdown pass. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, by comparison, they've been the better of these 2 sides in the rushing department, as you see the numbers there. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. Take it in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. The bottom line is it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On is the punter, Charlton, now as he's able to get this one away. It's taken to the 26. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And getting this just shy of midfield, they're spotted at the 49. 141 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 1 back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams 13. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
1 back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Steelers open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. To throw is Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They'll look to set up his blockers. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's closing in on 200 yards on the ground with the fourth quarter still to come. We're in the third. Good shot to get there.
And now he's got to make sure he convinces his coaching staff to leave him out there and keep touching the ball, because when you've had that kind of a day, there is a tendency to think about getting him out and saving some of it. Running backs never like to save yardage.
You know he's tapping his quarterback on the shoulder. I'll take the ball again, please, right?
Not turning down any carries.
And this one is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Story. He's got his man on the crossing route. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Point after try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession. Charles, they are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Stafford. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick them off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get...
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. 38 yards. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Recovered by the receiving team.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third.
2 sacks on this.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2nd and 11. Stafford now to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Here comes the Rams punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And taken right at the 35. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Man, 220 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Right back to him on first down. Runs over him. Fighting through and he's got space. There's a nice move. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to.
2-minute warning.
It doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now a handoff looking right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On first down, Stafford here.
That's a sack.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Another try after the first down sack. Stafford.
This one swung out to Williams.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really
43
good.
seconds left.
Because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot.
37 seconds.
Extra plays, harder to move it.
Here comes the Rams punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. That's taken at around the 40.
I see an opening, which I might take right here. I don't know what he's doing.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be...
I'm not going to get it off. Yeah, I'm going to get it off.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed asleep.
So for the Steelers, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for the Rams, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.